Hello, Josie here. Are you ready for the truth, the whole truth, and nothing but the truth, and are you sure? Okay, here we go. I just finished cleansing myself after exercising my vessel, and Spirit wanted me to speak this to one person. Actually came to mind when I was thinking about this, but there are multiple people that need to hear this. And he let me know that it's not pertaining to just me. Other people have gone through this as well too, and they not only need to hear this this information, but they need to believe it. You attempted to set us up. And whoever contracted you to do this, they did so without telling you all of the facts, all the details, all the facts, which is the truth. They did not tell you the truth. They told you lies. Regardless, however, if they were lies or not, you did not care, because you saw it as not only a chance for you to make money, but you also saw it as a chance for you to display and or express your prejudice, your bigotry, and your dislike for another individual. So in your eyes and in your mind, it was a win-win. You were able to make money, and you were making money off of hurting somebody else's life, career, and passions. This one person that God brought to mind before, actually, he let me know that his wife was pregnant. I don't know exactly what is going on with the pregnancy. Okay, so first I heard abortion. Then I heard stillborn. It was a stillborn. Okay, so either they're having an abortion because the child is going to have some kind of defect or some kind of problem or issue, and they don't want to have the worry or stress of dealing with someone that is going to be mentally challenged, and or this baby is going to be a stillborn. That is going to ruin and or that's going to mess up your relationships. So this is for, so basically whatever passion that I had or another person had that you sabotaged and or you negatively affected, and then whoever you brought in to also help you to do whatever you were trying to do to us, whatever your game or goal was or your intentions, they're going to be affected as well too. But you, this one person I'm thinking about right now, he had some likes and or some passions. Those are done for. So whatever his passion or whatever he thought his passion was, or whatever he was trying to make a living at doing and being successful at, like, that's done for. You've lost it. Nobody wants to purchase your items. Nobody finds your stuff to be any good. You're not going to be a success from doing it. It's basically going to be, if anything, a pastime hobby. you're not going to gain success from it, because you took away somebody else's passion for what they had to do, and you tried to also take away their success as far as when it came to other clientele and their business. You tried to deter their business and what they were doing in life. You basically wanted to sit them down and or push them in a corner in the dark. Nobody could see them. Nobody would know who they were. If people did see them, they wouldn't recognize them. They'd be disrespectful towards them. They would not come to them for business or something like that. So you did the most. I just heard he did the most. He did the worst. Janae, I just heard Janae Aiko, the worst. That song, the worst. He did the worst. He did the most, and he did the worst. And he didn't have the facts. He didn't have the truth. But like I said earlier, he didn't care. He saw it as a win-win. He was making money off of hurting someone that he had a prejudice against, as well as he had a bigotry against as well too. I just heard he was a bigot. He's a bigot. Prejudiced. Racist. That loss, the loss of the baby as well too, is going to affect his relationship, his marriage. His wife will probably divorce him, and or there's going to be a division, a divide between the two. So they may not get a divorce, but there's like no longer any kind of intimacy between them. There's no longer a like. It's eventually going to lead to like a separation and then a divorce. And they have a child. They have a daughter. So their daughter is going to be affected as well. Their daughter is going to be affected. I just heard again, the worst, the most, and the worst. They're going to be negatively affected in the most, and in the worst way. Just like they wanted for me and or for you. I just heard the line from The Bodyguard, the movie The Bodyguard, where Rachel Marin's sister, she was getting drunk because she was coming to the realization that the guy that she had hired, that she did not know, but she hired a guy to have her sister killed. The guy that she hired was coming after her sister anyway. Anybody that was in her way, she was going to take them out. He was going to take them out. So it didn't matter if it was Rachel's sister, Sly, anybody, her child, anybody that was attached to Rachel, he was going to take out to get to her, to take her out. And Rachel's sister, I can't remember her name, but she said, they made me think I could do it. He made me think that I could do it. So, in pertaining to this person I'm thinking of, and possibly someone associated with you, the person that got them to do these acts, these toxic acts and whatnot against me or against you, they are very good at using their words. They're very good at manipulating people with their words. They're very, they have the gift of gab. They're able to use their words to manipulate or lie to other people to get them to do certain things they want them to do and or respond in various ways. That could be anger, that could be empathy or sympathy, or just they'll lie. They'll say whatever. But they're able to use their words to manipulate other people to get them to do what they want to do. So they will lie about another person. If this person wanted someone to attack me or attack you or whatever, they lied. They didn't tell them the facts to begin with. Hey, they didn't tell them the truth. But as I said before, this person didn't care. But now this person has the attitude of, well, they made me think I could do it. It's their fault. So now the person that came after me, that did the attacks, as well as came after you, they're getting angry at the person that they knew set them up to come against us. So everything that's going wrong in their life, they're getting pissed off and angry and upset at the person that sent them towards us to attack us. And they know that it's not over. It ain't over. That's why that's not. It ain't over, and there's joy in repetition. Joy in repetition. God is going to. Ooh, no, excuse me. The devil is going to have joy in repetition regarding these people that came up against me and that came up against you. He's going to have joy in doing things to come up against them. Because remember, God made the devil. So God has charge over the devil. And if God says no, that's it. So now the devil is going to come back and attack. And he's going to do it repeatedly. He's going to attack this, then he's going to attack this, then he's going to attack this, then he's going to attack this area of their life. They're going to have so many attacks coming against them. I just heard addiction. So whatever their addiction is, they're going to dive deeper into it. So the one person I'm thinking of, he always has a vape. He's always vaping. That could actually be something that's going to take him out. Vaping, you've heard about those cases with the vaping and the lungs and the damage that it causes and how people can get sick and die and pass away. This person I'm thinking about in particular, he always was vaping all the time. So it could be that affects his health, that slows him down, that puts him in the hospital. It could be, like I said, trouble with his wife at home. His daughter is going through stuff at school and whatnot. She's going through those growing pains, those growing years and whatnot, and dealing with the difficulties of that. Okay, I just heard teen pregnancy. So maybe possibly this person's daughter is going to get pregnant at a very young age. Could that be the abortion? Ooh. So now I'm hearing if it's not the wife, it's the daughter. The daughter could end up getting pregnant, having sex, because she's still underage, I believe. She could end up getting an abortion, which is going to affect her, not only her health, but her mental health. And that's what they wanted to happen to me. They wanted to affect my mental health. They wanted to take me down. Like I said, they wanted me to be put into a corner. They wanted me to be angry, frustrated, upset, feeling as if what I was passionate about, they didn't want me passionate about anymore. They didn't want me to enjoy doing anymore. They wanted me to fall off because I was so good at what I did. Because I was talented, they wanted me to fall off, and that was supposed to send me in a downward spiral. I just heard they're the ones that are going to be going in a downward spiral. I just heard 9 Inch Nails, The Downward Spiral. Okay, I just heard a lyric from 9 Inch Nails. Bow down before the one you serve. You're going to get what you deserve. They wanted me to bow down to them. They wanted me to serve them. God is flipping the script. I talked about that the other day, flipping the script. He's flipping the script on our enemies. What they wanted us to do, they will have to do. But it's not necessarily bowing down to us. We don't need that. They're going to bow down to God. But they're going to want to bow down to God. But they're going to have to bow down to the devil, the same devil that they asked to do stuff in order to get stuff, in order to attack us. They're going to be bowing down, asking for mercy. Because all the stuff that's going wrong in their life, they're going to be asking for mercy. Ain't no tarot here. I don't need cards. I don't need cards. Mm-mm. This is downloaded. This is from God. This is from God. It was a love-hate kind of thing for this person. They liked me, but they hated me because there were certain things about me that they did not like, and or that they had a stereotype. They stereotyped. And this could also pertain to you. So it's that whole hard to balance. Because when they think about it, I didn't do anything wrong to them. I didn't attack them. I didn't screw them over. I didn't cheat them. I didn't, nothing. But then it's kind of like, well, there's got to be something wrong with this. Well, they do this, or they look like this, or they act like this, so they must be this, and they must be this. So when this person that asked them or got them to do whatever they did, this person played up on the stereotypes that this person had already had in their mind regarding, someone like myself and or someone like you. They played up on that, they harped on that, and that gassed them up to do what they did against us. That gassed them up. That gave them a sense, okay, I can do this, yeah. All right, you told me what I need to know, okay, yeah. But they already, the money, I told you it was a win-win. So the money, that's a win in their eyes. They want the money. But then, not only is it a win-win because the money, but they already had stereotypes about someone. They're now being told that they already had stereotypes about someone that they did not see within that person. So now they have somebody on the outside coming in and telling lies about this person that they're believing, because this person that's telling the lies is so good at lying. They're very charming. They're very charismatic. And even that person, they're no longer able to do that. God is not allowing them to do that to anybody else, because anybody else that acts on what they want to have happen to me or to you, it's automatically sending them into a tower. It's automatically sending them into a tower. So like people, it doesn't matter what it is either. It could be something so small. They're going into a tower. And that's going to let people know that, no, you need to stay out of this. Not only are those people going into an immediate tower, but anybody that has been doing stuff for a long period of time, just think of yourself climbing up a high flight of stairs. And you're climbing. Each action you do, you have to climb several stairs. Each attempt climbs several stairs. So basically, if they wanted me to feel this type of way, okay, you've got this many stairs to climb. And each time they were climbing higher, they thought that they were gaining or being successful at what they were doing against us, as well as gaining for themselves. A win-win, right? But no, they've gotten themselves so high, they're going to fall down, all the way down. All the way down. All the way down. They're going to fall all the way down. And as they're, oh damn. They're going to be kicked by other individuals on their way down. So whoever they use to come up against me or come up against you, they're going to be kicked by those same people all the way down, because they're experiencing a tower as well too. And if there are, they realize that the reason why is because of this person, what they asked them to do or what they did for this person, they're going to be pissed. They're going to be angry. And there's going to be arguments. There's going to be fights. So there's not going to be any sympathy. On the way down, they're going to be kicked. They're going to be kicked all the way down. And then kicked by other people as they're going down. So all the things that are going on in their life, it's going to be like a fucking roller coaster. I just saw this roller coaster the other day in this YouTube clip. You know how I can't remember the name of the coaster at Astroworld. There was one tall coaster, Texas Tornado. If you recall Astroworld, there was one ride that it took you all the way up, all the way up. You slowly crept up. But no, these motherfuckers, like, they were climbing, like, you know, every action they did, they were climbing, you know, higher, and they were feeling good about themselves and secure and all that stuff. And now they're at the top, like I said, and they're going to have to come all the way down. All the way down. But they're not going to go down a valley. You go all the way down to the valley, and then you climb back up. No. They're going to be in that valley for a long period of time. They're going to be in the valley low, because they want to sit on the mountain high, on the high. They were getting a high off of what they were doing against us, and they were making money. They were win-win, and now it's going to be a lose-lose. So now they're going to experience lose, problem after problem after problem. They're going to be kicked by other people, so on and so forth. Okay. I'm going to end it there. But to this individual that I more than likely will send this video to, and I don't know if they're going to watch it from beginning to end. Hopefully they did. You were given warning. I just heard Operation Ivy, warning. You were given a warning. Warning after warning after warning. Each time you came into the store, each time you did something, each time you teamed up with someone, each time you collaborated with another person, even at the boot shop, the people that you enlisted, you set me up going to that boot shop intentionally to gain for yourself. That was a mistake. You then didn't keep your word as far as introducing me to the owner who was there. That owner walked right by me along with his wife and threw so much shade in my direction. I knew that what you had told me was bullshit. That's why I left so quickly, because I knew what you had told me was bullshit. Your connection with that individual, it's not as deep as you made it to be. You were latching on, I just heard latchkey kids. You were latching on to someone that worked and or knew that individual because you want to be, I want to be down. You want to be down. You want to be down with the clique. You want to be down with them because they could take you to, I just heard, that's not going to happen. And even if you are in there or making your way up that ladder, you're going to fall down. It's not going to work out. It's not going to work out. Be careful who you come against. You don't know who is protected by God. And remember, God's protection is higher than any other protection out there. So it doesn't matter what coven, what group, what clique, what posse. I just heard my posse's on Broadway. You don't have a posse as strong as God's. And I was directed to share this with you. Punks jump up to get beat down. I was never a punk.